I won't deny it, I'm a Southsider. You don't wanna mess with me. Got the police looking for me. But I'm calm cause I'm smoking that CBD. Said I won't deny it, I'm a Southsider. You don't wanna mess with me. Got the police looking for me. But I'm chilling in the back of the VIP. Said we won't deny it, we are Southsiders. You don't wanna mess with us. Got the police looking for us. And there's nothing that they can't do. Cause we're chilling with the Blessed Life Podcast crew. What's up, what's up, what's up, what's good? Happy Sunday. Pew, 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 pew. I'm Brian Tierney. This is the Blessed Life University Podcast, the BLU Podcast for short. With me in the driver's seats today are Mateo Thomassen, attorney at law, chilling with Tierney Legal LLC in the place to be. Thomassen and Tierney coming at ya, motherfuckers.
Word.
And also, I got Tilsa, Damari, Fernandez, Divine, Yoni Goddess, and Divine Wedding Vows. Get married, gotta have the best.
Yes.
Matt, hit us with some of that quick stuff.
Coming at you one time. Welcome to the BLU Podcast, where knowledge comes at you fast. My boys high as a ship's mast. We're out here another day, so listen to what we say, cause we know no other way. So buckle up and strap in, cause we gonna get it poppin'. Join the BLU team for the win.
Oh shit.
Hey.
I'm not the only one spitting fire around this bitch right now. We got smoking guns around this motherfucker. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Obviously, I work out, and I do the body contouring too, so like laser lipo. Try to shrink, so get that going, your lymphatic system, get all that fat out of you, and that's pretty much it.
Huh. When you were diagnosed with diabetes or pre-diabetic, could you tell the difference in your own body before they diagnosed you?
Oh, hell yeah. Like, I was swollen, completely inflamed all the time, lethargic, very tired, a lot of things, like my skin was really bad, hair loss, acne too. I still have some, but not as much as I did before. But I mean, you could really feel the difference when I started on the regimen, and it took a long time too. Like, when you get a diagnosis like that, you really need to take your time. And I felt like, okay, I'm on insulin for a month, I'm not feeling any better, or metformin and all this kind of shit, and literally, like, you're not going to feel better like the first week, the second week, the third week. But if you're patient and you have a regimen that you're constantly doing and you're implementing workouts in, that will balance out. And that's one of the things with weight loss too. Like, you have to control your sugar intake, you have to control your carb intake all the time. It's not just sometimes. It's like being disciplined all the time.
When you have diabetes,
I mean, yeah, or you're
Normally
battling
too.
any type of health issues, brain fog too,
I've recently, I grew up with such poor dietary habits. I was eating fast food and, eating out all the time.
I hate him. Look at him. He's so skinny.
But at the same time, yes, genetics, but also my folks always had me in some sports where it was like, soccer, mostly cross country and swimming, and then there's some soccer.
Right.
So I was doing, and all these kids in the neighborhood, we would always be riding our bikes. Got those micro scooters when they came out. We racing on scooters. So I was always running around, being active, doing stuff. And I think that kind of like offset the just processed garbage that I inhaled all the time. But like, as you get older, you can no longer rely just on exercise too. You gotta be more cognizant of what you eat. And exercise obviously helps. It's a huge part of it, but just specifically, those are the things I try to avoid. Is the carbs and the sugar, as much as specifically the sugar. And it's amazing just when you go through the grocery store and you look at the ingredients. Sugar is in so much shit.
Toothpaste,
it's
like
insane.
it's in
high
beef
fructose
jerky.
corn syrup
jerky.
is in everything you consume.
It's so hard to find stuff that is not shitty for you, like in the grocery store. And that's why people have chicken. It's like
Pat McNamara,
stuff.
That army dude or military dude. I don't want to say army if he's not in the army, but
I'm not sure what he was.
He was saying to shop on the perimeter of the grocery store because it's on the interior aisles where you have all the packaged, processed, like, shit. But he's like, if you stay on the perimeter, you're going to be getting, like, produce, fruits, vegetables, you know, poultry, you know, meat, pork, like, stuff that's not crazy processed, like the stuff that we get in packages. Because, like, Matt and I were just saying right now, beef jerky has sugar, and it's like, what do I need sugar and beef jerky?
To preserve it.
Meat. What, sugar preserves it?
I guess.
I
thought it was salt. Yeah, I thought it was salt.
It's got enough salt already. Like, Jesus,
I think they just want to make the flavor sweeter.
Yeah,
I think so.
It's like
taste.
If I'm eating jerky, I don't need it to taste sweet. I'll eat let it be jerky flavored jerky.
But also like you said, shopping on the perimeter of the store, it's like high vibrational food.
Yeah.
Anything that's living that you're eating except chickens. It's high vibrational, you know? Anything that you're getting canned is not good for you. It's a low vibing. I feel like once you start going into like your regimens too, you start making better decisions on friendships that you allow, you know, like all that.
Yeah.
Mental health.
It's not just one thing or another.
It's not one thing. It goes with everything that you do.
So how do they diagnose you with pre-diabetes?
No, I was diabetic. Sorry.
Oh, straight up diabetic.
I'm now on pre because of so they check your blood
sugar.
Yeah, your blood sugars, and you have to do like a 3-hour glucose test to see where you're at. And yeah, I was like A1C, there you go.
So they check that with just the prick of a finger, right?
I had a full panel done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they were pretty sure you had it, or based on the symptoms you were presenting.
Based on the symptoms, and then once they got the results, they're like, "Oh, you need to go on insulin, like ASAP."
Did you get on insulin?
So I did a 1 a day, and then I was monitoring. I did it for probably a week or 2.
Yeah.
So where my blood sugars were like, I was taking them in the morning, before eating, after eating, and I was really tracking that down. And I didn't realize too that the reason why I was not losing weight, it's because of my sugar level intake. So you really have to control that in order to start dropping weight. Like you really can't, it doesn't matter how much you're working out. It doesn't matter if you're taking supplements, you know, to cut your carbs or anything. I mean, it does help. Don't get me wrong. It helps, but you'll be plateauing, and it has to do more so with the sugar intake in your system.
Yeah, and that's huge because I've noticed this. Like, I noticed this in college. You know, like I was working out a lot. I was in ROTC. We had like PT 3 times a week, and then plus I work on my own too. And I'm just like, where the fuck are my abs? You know, like like what is this? Like I mean, I know they're there underneath there, but it's like I would always have like, you know, I'm like trying to get definitions and stuff, but I didn't realize it. One, obviously alcohol intake. That's
right.
Carbs there. Obviously, that was probably the biggest impediment because we drank a lot in college.
Yeah.
And but also just the shitty food that you ate in the school cafeteria. And they had Sodexo, I think, was a food vendor, and they give you straight dog shit, straight processed dog shit. And I'm like, this is why I can't see my. Now knowing this, this is why I couldn't see my ass back then.
And everyone's regimen is different. You have more of an athletic body too, so you probably need a little bit more carbs. You know.
True.
You need more carbs, protein, and then
you can't wholly cut out carbs. You need you need it just to have to get up and go and function. But the sugars though, it's so bad for like your gut. It's just like, oh my gosh, it'll just build like belly fat and stuff. It's terrible.
Fuck. For a long time, I wouldn't even drink soda at all. Like, I would just only drink water, and, you know, I'm kind of still like that. But, like, I do have a sweet tooth before I go to bed. I always want something like a brownie or, like, a chocolate chip cookie with some milk or, you know, banana nut bread, something that's carby and sugary. Like, not real bad. It just needs to be sweet. If I'm already full, maybe it'll be like ice cream instead, because that doesn't seem to fill me up that much. Like, cookies are almost like carby or whatever, or brownie or bread is like that. But ice cream, or maybe just like some chocolate, just something sweet. But I haven't been doing that a whole lot lately, but it is one of my weaknesses. And it's like, do I want to live
like so healthy that I don't have any more pleasures because
But
eating
there are
is a pleasure
options,
too.
though. There's so many options out there. You can have like a
Especially in the
high
city.
protein chocolate chip cookie, you know,
Yeah, she's right.
banana nut bread. Like you can have, instead of it being made from flour, it could be made out of like almond flour. You know, like there's so many alternatives nowadays that you could keep whatever works for you. I think the one ice cream that is out there is like, I think it's called Halo, where it has high protein. It tastes pretty decent, you know.
You know, I will say this, like, so, thinking about, like, pre-diabetic and stuff, you know, my mom was apparently, she recently, she's been diagnosed as pre-diabetic, and they're like, hey, you gotta, you know, watch this, or else you're gonna go become properly diabetic, and, so one of the things my folks did is they had a pretty big turnaround from, like, we didn't really watch what we ate, you know, at least when I was growing up as a kid, because they're not really like that. You're not like a diet conscious family or anything, but now with that, when you get something like that, you know, one of the things that my folks have been trying to do is so they'll get those like Home Chef or like HelloFresh type things, those like health food that's delivered to you, so you don't have to like scroll through the grocery store, what's healthy, when I read all the freaking labels. You know you're getting healthy food like in a box. And so when I was up there in Wisconsin, I come over to their place, whatever, like I help my mom whip up a Home Chef meal or like a you know, a HelloFresh or whatnot, and that stuff is great. Factors too. Factors is little like microwave things you get. You just throw in the microwave. Also, it's like healthy microwave food if you're really in a pinch for time. But it's a subscription. It costs money. You got, you know, if you want to eat healthy, you gotta kind of pay for it. Unfortunately,
Right.
like, you know.
So what were the two?
My favorite, I think, is Home Chef. The HelloFresh takes forever to freaking cook. Like the prep and all the shit that goes into it, it's good. But man, they tell you, oh yeah, it'll be like 30 minutes prep time.
If
It's
you're like
an hour
a chef.
15.
Yeah, if you're a chef
It's
who
really
knows
an
exactly
hour
what they're
15,
doing.
hour and a half. It's like, Jesus Christ, we're not done yet. How many more fucking onions do I gotta peel?
And then
I'm sitting there just streaming like tears, like cutting onions. Like, oh fuck, I hope this is worth it. Like,
well, that and you
You
gotta
know.
have all the right tools for the job and
Yeah.
stuff too.
Yeah.
Like cooking is a job. It's
Yeah.
something that like it's one of those things where if you have the right tools and you know how to use them, that it's going to be a much easier process.
but it works.
So
yeah.
so slow it down because I'm moving slow today. The brands were
It's Home Chef.
Home Chef. Okay.
Home Chef, I think, is probably the best because it's not as much prep time as HelloFresh. Still healthy. And my mom just, you know, she's not like, it's not like she works out or anything. Like, she's not really, you know, like into going to the gym or anything. But I think she's lost more than 40 pounds just by eating eating healthy or whatever. And not even with exercise. I mean, she'll go on a walk now and then or something, I think, you know, but not regularly. But yeah, eating the Home Chef. And
HelloFresh.
Factor. Yeah,
And
Factors
Factor.
are like, if you're in a pinch, you need to eat something that's not dog shit in a pinch, you can throw in a microwave. Factor.
But also, I think I saw those like on Instagram ads or something like that. I think you want to remove them out of the plastic containers.
Yes,
Like
I
they
do.
show them
I
being
do.
microwaved in there, but
Phthalates, man. I don't eat
phthalates,
that shit out of my food.
PCBs, and all that shit that comes
Yeah.
with plastic
Right.
that they
True.
have been that nobody wants to tell us about other than the people who have no stake in the business
Right.
models of that, like just doctors and scientists and researchers who've been looking into like the effects of plastic and what it does to your body and how unhealthy it makes you and how it's literally changing our bodies as human beings because we're getting all these fucking petroleum plastic products that we're eating. So I saw them throwing those fucking microwave ones in there. What are they called?
The Factors.
The Factors.
Yeah.
So I'm throwing them in the microwave. I'm like, yes, but I want my shit removed out of there and I'll put it
in
on
a
a regular
glass
I
plate.
slap it on a
container.
plate. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
put
turn
it on
it
a
over,
fucking glass
slap
plate.
it on a plate, throw it in the microwave.
Fuck
Yeah.
you, plastic.
Yeah,
You're
it-
killing us. You're meant to be
it works.
bags and not friggin' food containers.
And I noticed it with myself too, because you know, when I was eating that stuff a lot, it was just easier for me to stay trim, you know, without just completely obliterating myself in the gym. It's like, because the dietary helps so much with staying thin. If you're eating junk food or whatever, you're really gonna have to bust your ass in the gym regularly doing high intensity interval training. You know, and I kind of do interval training normally as part of my routine when I do work out. I don't work out as much as I should. I should make it more of a habit, but when I do it is it's usually HIIT training. And I find that's the most effective. Like, this guy kind of got me into this in law school. We're roommates, and he had the Sean T Insanity Challenge DVD set, and we would throw that bad boy in the DVD player. We'd be in the living room of our apartment, just doing like cross jacks, stance jacks, like all kinds of stuff, 8-count push-ups, like just getting it. And man, when you do a full like insanity workout, it's just, and you do it like their speed, like the speed of the guys in the video, you are fucking destroyed.
Yeah,
you are destroyed.
About a half hour, and you deplete your body down pretty good. Like, there's worse. Probably, I think CrossFit might be more intense or more depleting to your body, or running like really long distances, like marathons and shit. But yeah, that's definitely, you get results with it, but it takes an adjustment. And I'm seeing that with all sorts of shit now, because I've gotten out of shape through this fucking sedentary job where I sit down almost all the time, sit in the car, sit in the office, sit at the closing, blah, 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 sit all the time. My man body is just wasting the fuck away. So definitely have to work out more. But when I do, I notice, like, I hit the boxing bag in the basement for the first time since before my knee surgery in 2018. And sometimes, when you've had knee work on or you've had knee problems prior to having surgeries, you can feel it's like it's tough when you plant your weight into your legs in a certain way. It can create very awkward feelings, like you're about to be injured and stuff like that. So it was like interesting to me going back and hit the bag, but I was pretty depleted by the next day. I think I did 5 rounds and I took 3-minute breaks in between.
It's a great workout, hitting the heavy bag. I love it. Yeah.
When I went home to sleep that night, I slept pretty good because I needed to sleep to recover. I'm like, holy shit, I only did 5 rounds, and I wasn't going crazy. I was more working on technique and just movement and, all that, and I was hitting it maybe 50, 60% or, 70%, but I wasn't going real hard on it. But yeah, the exercise can definitely be depleting you. You need good, healthy food, and honestly, I'm really at the point where I'm getting ready to quit alcohol altogether, because I really didn't drink that much last night, but I think it was probably my main drag was just eating too much. My body was working to digest that the whole time. I just felt too full. But also the alcohol, I mean, I could feel it right now as we sit here. It's just a drag on you, dude. I'm so ready to the point where, like, I did Sober October for 5 months last year without a drop of alcohol.
That was impressive, man.
Yeah, I mean, I could do it all. It's when I make the decision to do it, like, I make a decision and it stays that way. So I could decide to do that at any time, but giving it up permanently is a really big decision. So I don't know if I'm quite at that stage, but I'm really over alcohol and its effects, and for inflammation, for what it does the next day, for how it interferes with your life. And getting good sleep is huge too. It interferes with your sleep. So I care more about sleep than almost anything right now, just because I have sleep apnea. I have a busy lifestyle. I need to be well rested and refreshed to take on the fucking multitude of challenges I have. Between the bills and personal life and family and podcasts and friends and fucking parties and events and all this shit and work. And it's just like, trying to stay in shape. Like, for me, it's
a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle change,
Well, yeah,
because, all of the parties that you go to, I mean, what do? You eat and drink all the time.
Yes.
So it's a lot of self-discipline. Then working out in the morning, like, where are you going to fit that in? Like, ideally, it's like do it in the morning, but realistically, like people that have kids, or businesses, like you have to fit it in.
It's always afternoon for me. Like I should have developed that habit from the Army, but I think I just got to the point where it's like I've had so many ass crack of dawn, like PT times in the
right.
freezing cold up in Wisconsin at Ripon. Like it's dark, it's cold. You're going to the PT where it's like -15 outside, and you're like, this sucks. So I think I just so like to me, like working out in the afternoon was like a luxury.
Yeah.
And I was, so it's like, if I'm gonna work out in the morning, the Army better be paying me to do it. Like, I better be on Uncle Sam's clock. Like, so for me, it's just like as soon as like close business, then workout, then dinner.
I can't. Maybe because I'm a mom. And I want to like start winding down later at night to kind of go to sleep. If I work out in the afternoon, I am up like all night long. I won't get sleepy until 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me before. Where you're too turnt, like you're still rolling from the workout or whatever, and you're just like, oh yeah. And
I was doing CrossFit at 5 o'clock in the morning. Oh my god! Like I was depleted.
So early.
Why?
Depleted at 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I can't.
Yes,
I'm
that's why I
at
don't work in the
work.
morning.
I'm at work, but checked out.
Yes. I know how you feel. Like that was how it was with PT days. And when I was in one semester where we had this thing called Ranger Challenge, where you do your hua like Army Man competition, where you're doing all kinds of shit. So you have extra training for that. You know, they have like you have to basically sprint up a hill like with a litter full or just stretcher full of sandbags and stuff and back down.
Shit.
Like Humvee pulls, tying a slack, all kinds of shit. But so you're doing extra training for that stuff. So you have your normal PT that's like 6 to 7
Physical
Monday, Wednesday,
training.
Friday. Physical training. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then with Ranger Challenge, you have Ranger Challenge PT from 5 to 6, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but also normal PT. So you have basically 2 hours of PT.
No.
And then I was going to class at the time, taking 24 credits, and I was obliterated. I was absolutely
You do have to have
obliterated.
balance.
I was falling asleep in all my class. By the time afternoon hit,
Yeah.
like 1 o'clock, you're done. I'm done. Like I can't. I'm
You're
like
just
literally
mentally
asleep.
exhausted.
Like
Yeah.
I'm like at the desk at class, just head in my hand, asleep. I could not. Your body, my body could not function. Because I don't think I sleep that well, anyways. And that was a rough semester.
Yeah, I loved CrossFit for the record. Like, it was amazing. Like, the body definition, everything. Like, you just felt better. But having that dip in energy, like, at 10 o'clock in the morning, I just couldn't. And then I'm a mom of 7. Like,
That's tough.
I still have to, like, drive my kids around, stay on top of them. So right now what works for me is like literally HotWorks. It's they have different type, like you work out in saunas, so it's 140 degree. So you do HIIT exercises.
Dude.
I think you guys should try it. I think you'll love it.
I kind of have to now. Like, if I survive, I might pass out and just
So-
start stroking
That's what I'm
out on the
saying.
floor. Just
Like regular exercise, I sweat enough and shit, dude.
Well,
I get hot enough as it is.
Check it out. So like the HIIT workouts are only 15 minutes long.
Okay, I see.
Okay, so
I see.
you burn up like anywhere between 60 to 120 calories, but then you have the afterburn, which
Yep.
is burning an entire hour afterwards. So you're pretty much condensing like a 15, something that would have taken you a workout for an entire hour, 15 minutes. But then you can also do yoga if you want. You could do, band exercise. There's so many things that you could do there. You could do the rower. That's a little intense. I could do the cycling
erg machine.
the rower thing.
Yeah, that is a bitch of a workout.
Yeah.
There's no workout I hate more than doing an extended erg workout. I tried when I was at Annapolis, the Naval Academy, my freshman semester of college. I tried crew, which is like competitive rowing, and so they
But
would.
you're tall.
Right, so I got the bill for it. So I'll do crew, and I had done cross country and stuff, and so I had cardio, but not this kind of cardio. They get your ass in there, and you're in the crew gym, and you're doing like I don't even know, like hour and a half, 2 hours on the erg, death, and the different intervals. So like sprint intervals, and it is absolute death, like the most fucking miserable. You do an extended like hour and a half or 2 hours of rowing. Absolutely the most miserable work because it's so monotonous. It's so
Yeah.
fucking monotonous. Running, at least you're, treadmill is much better. It's not nearly as tiring or exhausting, and if you're running outside, you see scenery and whatnot. But the erg machine, I recommend it never. I hated it so much that I took up boxing. I was like, I'd rather get punched in the face. So I quit crew. I said, fuck this. I'll just do boxing, and that's
The erg machine is just rowing?
Yeah, just the
row
rower machine.
exercise?
Yeah, it's brutal.
Well, at HotWorks, they have it's slightly different. Like it's not that pull thing. Each of them are independent, so you get to like pull and then work out your abs too.
You
So-
work your obliques.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So different.
Neat.
You could tweak it a little bit, and
Neat.
yeah. So, I mean, it gives you a good workout.
It is. It is a great
And
workout.
you're only going to die for 15 minutes, and then you're okay.
Yeah, erg's fine when you do interval stuff. I'll do it in the gym sometimes, like between sets of lifting. I'll lift, then I'll do like a few minutes in the erg, lift, do a few minutes in the erg, abs, just back and forth. I do that with a heavy bag, so I'll just do that sequence where I'll do like set of this, set of that, sprint for a quarter mile, set of this, set of that, bag for like 2-3 minutes, and it just keeps the heart rate up for like your whole workout without completely obliterating. It depends. How much you suck depends on how fast you are and how much obviously rest you have in between your sets. But if you really want to go crazy, you have like no rest between your sets, but then you're just like it's death.
I like a little bit of rest between my sets. I just want to kind of take that time to let my heart rate come down a little bit and then see, like, evaluate, am I pressing myself too hard, or do I need to give myself longer rest, or less reps or whatever. I like to work out in the morning. It's a good way to wake up. The complicating factors that interfere with that sometimes is just one with sleep apnea. I'm a deep sleeper, and sometimes I'll get up later if either it's just hard to get out of sleep and get out of bed. It's tough sometimes when you're in a deep sleep, when you get into like those morning hours when it's time to get up. So I'm not really a morning person in that way. And then also, your workouts get delayed now. I'm going for walks with my dog in the morning, about a half hour, which itself is a little light exercise. Just going for a walk, which is good. But those morning hours get eaten up really quickly, and it's gotten to the point where I know that like I'm going to have to make it a lifestyle if I want to get in shape and stay in shape for the rest of my days, because this business, the lifestyle that we're in as part of real estate law and all that, it's very consuming. There's a lot that goes into it, so you can easily overlook yourself. And then when you get home at the end of the day, whenever that really ends in real estate, because you're with us, people have our personal cell phones or whatever, they're contacting you on the weekend, in the evenings, right when you're trying to get ready to disconnect or unwind. And so whenever your workday is actually done, you're usually exhausted. When I get home now, a lot of time I just want to lay down, just watch something on TV, listen to a podcast, and just relax. And so I don't like doing it at night. I don't mind doing weightlifting at night, but cardio is out of the question, because once I get my heart rate up like that blood's flowing, I'm refreshed, I'm feeling good, I don't want to do shit. But the weights I can do, but sometimes I'm just too exhausted to even do those. But what are you going to do?
Yeah, man.
Anything else on healthy regimens?
Healthy. Meditate. That's it.
Meditate.
Like, you journal in the morning. Do that whole brain dump.
I got to get back to journaling. I've slacked since about June, so it's like July went by and fucking...
It's really good for your manifestations, too.
I just need to... I just want to do it so, like, in case I get, like, Alzheimer's or some shit, that I have a point of I can, write down a compendium of crazy stories or crazy, fun times or whatever that I've encountered or experienced, just for more like a posterity perspective.
Me too. I regret not journaling earlier in my life, because I just started this year at 38, and last year at 37, but this is my first full year where I'm going into it. And I've lived a lot of life that I don't, that just falls through the cracks. But even if you write down what happened that day, how you felt about it, or the day before, what happened, how you felt about it, what you plan on doing about it, you've like captured those things in your life, even down to the way you felt. Like, that's crazy,
Yeah.
But for sure, in meditation, I'll tell you what, I'm a huge believer in it. And it's, when you try it, you think like, man, it seems like some soft shit to just sit in one place for a while. But they're out there now, like Dr. Andrew Huberman was talking about non-sleep deep rest. So this is his acronym he made for like deep rest that you're getting, and it's almost like a nap. It's almost like that. When you're done, you do feel this refreshment, and it's like coming back into the conscious world when you've retreated kind of into your own mind and your body, and you're evaluating things, and then you're interacting with the rest of the world at the same time, because senses are non-negotiable. You can't, you always are going to have sensations. Even when you're sleeping, if you feel something crawling on you, it might jar you out of your sleep. You can't turn that off. It's just part of the central nervous system. But when you like retreat into your body, you evaluate within, and then you'll hear like the dog barking in the background, and you have to try to keep that from being a distraction from your breathing and just focusing on like life going on and the things you can't change and make peace with all that. It's just a cool defragmenting process for the mind. I'll find like I like to do it midday. Sometimes during the workday, I'll just go downstairs and do it. Haven't been as strict on that as I should be, because it has to be a schedule that you stick to all the time. These are the times you're doing it, even if you have to drop something, which is very tough to do in our business. But at the end of the day, too, it's great. It's almost like taking a nap. And like the one doctor, there was a doctor on Joe Rogan's podcast who was talking about like they were doing all sorts of studies to see the optimal amount of time and frequency, and she said like based on the studies we had for most of the participants, it was 12 minutes per session 3 times a day. If you could do like morning, maybe midday, and before bed. But
It's doable.
yeah, I don't know if I need to do all that. Although maybe, you know, the evidence shows or tends to show that it's beneficial to do it like that. But if I could get 1 or 2 in a day, it'd be great. Because I was talking with my buddy Vince, and he was like, 12 minutes. He's like, that's like a cigarette break. Like, if people can go out and have a cigarette, you should be able to meditate for like 12 minutes.
Well, you
know?
put it into like perspective. Come on, like you owe it, and it's also like honoring yourself. Like you want people to treat you right, with a certain amount of respect and dignity. But if you're not treating yourself that way, you're not giving yourself the time, the commitment. How do you expect others to do the same thing for yourself?
They'll abuse you just like you do to yourself with the neglect.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right.
So I always like, in order for me to stay in my like regimen, I always have to think about that. Like, am I honoring myself every single morning? Am I doing my meditation? Am I off? Like, how's my vibrational frequency? Am I respecting myself? Most importantly, and it's like, well, I've been slacking out in these areas. Well, everyone that's coming in is doing the same thing, you know?
Right. You know, that reminds me, when you're describing like the effects of meditation and whatnot, it almost reminds me of hypnosis. I was first kind of introduced to hypnosis out in, I think it was old Tucson out there in Arizona. They had like a show come through. I think it was around Halloween time or something. They do a whole Halloween thing down there. And this guy, they had a hypnotist come in. And some people say it's bullshit, but it's not. Unless these people were plants. I don't think they were. They just random people from the audience. There were too many people in the audience he picked up and hypnotized for it to be a plant. If you just got like, you know, 1 or 2 people up there and hypnotized, you'd be like, could be a plant, right? But they're like a line of like 30 people from an audience of like, I don't know, 80 or something like that. That's not a plant. And a lot of them got hypnotized. Like, most of them were hypnotized. I volunteer. I'm like, yeah, hypnotized. So I got up on stage, and the hypnotist did his mumbo-jumbo, his juju. And some people, like, I had this girl next to me. She was out of her fucking mind. Like, she was in the shadow realm. Like, she was totally hypnotized. Like, you could see it in her face. Like, it was blank expression. She looked unconscious, even though her eyes were open. Did everything he told her to do it, you know, this the most silliest shit. And, you know, stand up on one leg and touch your nose and blah, blah, blah. And, like, they do it like a zombie or whatever. I thought it was bullshit, you know.
Until you get hypnotized.
I was right up there, and I cannot be hypnotized. I'm not, it doesn't work on me. But,
Some people, I think,
and some people in the crowd couldn't. And I have too much ADD anyways. But,
that's one of my next, goals is to get certified.
But yeah,
hypnosis.
it's used because they say like something to the effect of like 10 minutes under when you're hypnotized is equivalent of like 2 or 3 hours of sleep or something. So it can help like
there's so many benefits
mind.
to hypnotism.
Yeah, if you're able to be hypnotized, but I would do it if I could. But.
Yeah, I think they say hypnosis is a good way to deal with trauma and stuff like that as well. But meditation is kind of like a self-hypnosis, I guess, and then hypnosis in and of itself, when somebody else is doing it to you, that's really weird because they're literally like overriding your control system.
Yeah.
And
well, you're basically allowing them, though. There has to be trust. you can't just get hypnotized by anyone, you know.
I wonder if there's any like hypnotist mastermind criminals to get people to hypnotize people, just get them to like clean out their bank account.
I'm
go
sure.
to the ATM. You will now go to the ATM and draw $400 out.
Yeah, they're called
That'd be pretty
Instagram models and OnlyFans account holders.
That's right.
That's
OnlyFans.
That's who's got. Those are the. You want to see how to hypnotize somebody? Talk to your local Insta ho. Talk to her.
Yeah.
She'll tell you how to hypnotize them.
Talk to the poor bastards that are on their Patreon or whatever that give them money. That's. You're right.
They got their regimens. These chicks.
Listen, just post pictures of your feet.
Oh God, they sell the weirdest. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but like, if you heard of Belle Delphine, she's kind of she's like an OnlyFans thought basically, and
Did you just call her a thought?
yeah,
she's not a thought.
She's a thought. Yeah.
No, she's not.
She gets paid to.
I would think that he would be expert in knowing who the thoughts
Yeah.
are, but you're saying, as a dignified woman, that this is not a thought.
If you're getting paid for sexual activity, I think you're probably a thought. Yeah. Guy or gal?
No, thoughts are not not paid though.
Okay. Yeah.
So.
That's fair.
Let's set the definition straight of derogatory terms for women. Slut is somebody who enjoys having a lot of sex promiscuously and does it for free. That's just a slut. But then there's a whore. It sounds worse. It sounds like some kind of like, damned individual from the Catholic Church. She's a whore. But, yeah, she performs. He or she, where it doesn't have to be gender specific, performs sexual acts in exchange
None of
for
these
money.
are gender specific for the record.
We are all inclusive here.
I've never called a guy a slut before.
We need to start.
Yeah, but that's the
we
problem
should.
because of pre-existing gender norms, which
Right.
I kind of subscribe to, I guess, from having grown up. It's like, if a man has sex with a lot of women, he's the fucking man, dude. That guy is like the quarterback, or he's the fucking dude. Yeah. Well, I'm not too familiar with that term, but he's an alpha male, right?
Yeah,
like this guy is conquering. He's having what he wants to have. He's enjoying it, and he's moving the fuck on. You know what I mean? But whatever.
Yeah, people high five.
Yes,
You're alpha, but
they high five you, or they shun you, or if I can throw shade or make you feel bad, which is probably not what you want to be doing, right? Like, if this girl is rewarding you with some love, you're gonna fucking make her feel bad about it and make her want to stop. It seems like counterintuitive.
It does. It is. It seems opposite.
You know what I mean? I don't know, unless the female mind is manipulated.
We're a thought-friendly
weird ways at
podcast
the
here, YouTube. We're just thought-friendly.
Man, I ain't hating on nobody's game. I'm a lawyer, not a judge, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I'm not here to judge.
Facts.
But yes.
But these highly trained women that have their professional OnlyFans.
We're going to call them the modern day hypnotists.
Yes.
Modern day.
Digital hypnotists.
Snake oil saleswomen. Yes. We got your oils and your healings.
But you know what? I will say that's a step above snake oil though, because they're actually delivering a product that is what it's intended for. It's not a false advertising. The product is delivered. You know, here it is on a screen, delivered for your viewing pleasure, and you pay money. Snake oil is more like you're a charlatan. You're not getting what you paid for. Like, this doesn't actually work. Like, this this product does not work as intended, and it's fraudulent. But yeah, like the OnlyFans girls, like, not charlatans, not snake oil. Although I will say this, it does trickle into the snake oil territory. When I was gonna say about the Belle Delphine thing, like, when the people that like subscribe to them, you know, and give them money, like, she was taking like vials of like her bath water and selling it to these poor like incels.
What do you mean poor? They're paying for it. Listen, if you want to pay for my bath water, I will gladly sell you.
I mean, I don't blame a woman for doing that. Like, if there's somebody who's going to pay for her bath water.
But here's the thing.
It's a good way to make money. You're going to fucking waste it and throw it down the drain.
These are entrepreneurs that you are shaming. How dare you, Mateo?
These motherfuckers will pay you for it?
Lock them up in the basement.
Slinging that bath water. I'm an entrepreneur.
I thought you were going to say urine at first. I mean, bath water is less offensive than urine, right?
It sounds
Your body's excreting this shit. That just happened to be there. Like, some dead skin cells in it and shit. No big deal.
It's got some, it's got some dirty booty water in it.
Well, yeah, but bath water is actually supposed to be not good for you. But I don't know if these guys. So let's
incels,
let me ask this question. Do the dudes drink the bath water when they get it, or they smell it, or sniff it, or rub it?
First of all, I didn't know that people could sell bath water.
They do.
But thank you for letting me know.
Now you know.
Panties, fucking.
This is an informational podcast here.
Yeah, dude. All
educational.
Sorts of shit.
And how many of them have you purchased yourself? That's the real question.
I am not. I'm not a partaker in said.
How did you
Matt's very disappointed with his money. He wouldn't spend it on stuff like that.
I really don't.
I don't know.
I'm not like my thing in spending money when it comes to women is like I have to be like directly involved. It has to be like we're doing something together, or I just don't like spend money on women on like even in strippers. I just like will get some singles and stuff. I'm not really a big spender in the strip
Fair
club.
enough.
So
he loves their game, but he doesn't want to make it rain all the time.
Bath water?
No, never. I would. I sometimes.
If she's your girlfriend, you should be getting it for free. Fuck.
Yeah,
isn't that what relationships are about?
Yeah. Never in a million years.
Unless it's just an internet business relationship, that's all that is. But whatever.
Learning. I'm fucking learning here. Wow.
But people are weird about that. There's always weirdos out there. One of the things, like my cousin lived in Japan for a time, and he taught English there. And he was saying it was, Japan sounds very interesting from what I've heard of it. And he, had a lot of interesting, cultural, like, what the fuck moments. Like, this is a thing here, Mm-hmm. One of the things I remember him telling me about some time ago was they have, like, used underwear dispensers, like vending machines there, so that guys can pay money for women's used underwear so they can like sniff them and stuff. That's like a thing, like a kink or whatever.
Just chloroform.
Yeah.
Just possessed by the devil after that.
Just disgusting.
Those are major cuckoos. By the way,
those machines need to they need to be burned, like just flamethrower, burn it all.
Like what?
But people pay
assuming
money
for
that.
the sake of conversation, that is true, which wouldn't surprise me.
I don't have reason to doubt him. Yeah.
They call us humans, but we're animals at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Used underwear machine.
Yes, a vending machine where it probably rotated like the fucking bologna sandwich and a chicken sandwich in there, and then
the leggings,
some panties,
the bras, the panties. Yeah.
And
do you like it with a little design on there?
Yes.
Certain color.
Are these machines out in the streets?
Yes,
or
I believe
at businesses
so.
and shit? Probably like you go to the grocery store and you get fucking you could get a Coca-Cola in the voyeur.
And use panties.
Sandwich Coke.
Where else would they put it?
Right.
That's a regimen.
Put it all in a
right
bag
there.
and go home.
And the funny thing about it is, underwear are gross, but they're not illegal. And I should be more specific. Used underwear are gross, but they're not illegal. So, like,
to each their own.
Yeah, it's what are you're just selling underwear. Like, what's what I mean? It's just there's this taboo thing of like, it's touched the parts that get moist and dirty and have bacteria on them, and this motherfucker wants to sniff them. There's. My cousin said, and he probably got this from a book or whatever. So Sergeant Major, shout out to Sergeant Major, retired Stephen Dreyer. He said people have 3 lives: their public life, their private life, and their secret life. So I guess in your secret life, you go home to sniff the panties.
The panty sniffers, yeah.
Yeah. Fucking cuck-ass lames in the game.
Yeah, I feel sorry for those people to an extent, like the incels. It's not a good thing.
Beta males,
that is
incels.
so
Is that what that
weird.
means?
An incel, what does it stand for? It's an involuntary celibate. You're involuntarily celibate.
Yeah,
in
you
other
would
words,
like to have sex with a
but you
woman,
can't because
or
you have no game or
somebody else.
Yeah,
other than a woman, but
it's
you just
a sad
can't get somebody to get into you.
Can't do it. And some of them have lost their minds and gone crazy and gone on rampage and stuff. Rarely it happens, but it's not good for the brain. It's not good for your health. Like, and I think it's a byproduct of our, I think for ever increasingly isolated, digitalized society where people are just, I don't know, maybe you live online all day, or you work online, you work in tech or something like that. You don't have much interpersonal connection outside of maybe you're on the spectrum or something. I don't know. Like some people
Those are major cucuys, but yeah, I mean, there are people that have definitely weird stuff that they need to, and that's trauma. Like you don't just are born doing weird shit like that. That's something that either you were introduced to or molested as a kid, where you can't, I don't know.
Yeah, just taking your kids out. These are used panties. Have a sniff. You like this? Would you like to continue doing this? Like, this is what I'm handing down to you. A panty sniffing habit.
Wow. Yeah, that's serious trauma. That's therapy. That is, if there ever was a purpose for therapy, that would be it right there. Like, holy smokes.
Moving on to the next topic.
What was next? I'm moving on to moving in, right? Moving in was my move to the south side.
Matt moved from Wisconsin in a small town to a large city in Chicago to practice law and hang out and podcast with us.
Yes, all correct. Hey, burr, 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 burr. Yeah, man.
What can you tell people about moving, Matt?
I hate moving. But fortunately, it was pretty awesome because you and the Mahalik crew helped me move. So shout out to you guys. That was a big fucking help. If it was just me and my dad, we'd have been fucked, especially with that couch. My couch is horrendously heavy and awkward because it's a fold-out couch. But yeah, man, it's a trip. It's, I'm not new to Chicago, but I'm new to the South Side, kind of. I come in now and then, and kick it, but yeah, man, this place is it's extreme change of scenery from the little town of Janesville. That's where I grew up. I'm a small town Wisconsin guy, so coming to the hustle and bustle and the city grind is a trip. It's just like sensory overload. Not so much like walking around and shit, because I was used to that in the Loop when we lived there, but just like driving in the city is this new aspect, and I'm like, fuck, this sucks. This is straight up.
And you have to do this all the time.
Yeah,
every day.
I'm glad, I'm glad I'm right up there, so I don't have to traffic work.
Just walk down the stairs.
Just walk down the stairs. So that's awesome. Thanks for hooking a brother up. But
it's all good.
I appreciate that. I really do.
No doubt about it, man. There's not many people I'd rather have, living nearby, being a part of my life,
And I can provide Overwatch, for, if
an
someone
eye
else
on
wants
the
to do a
crib.
fucking drive-by here, stick the AK out their direction. You better not get wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, moving in, each part of Chicago has its own kind of fields, each enclave, Downtown is like where we were living, not so much the building we were in, but when you're at the Aqua building, like it seems like this like enclave of like superficiality and fucking, it's like a Hollywood lifestyle. It's like people are there, they don't know each other. There's not really a sense of community.
It's very closed. Yes, people are very closed off. People are in their tunnel, their own space. They don't talk to you. They
have that tunnel
interact with
vision of
you.
what's they're doing.
You're not
get out of my way. You're in my way. I'm doing my thing.
My business.
Don't want to talk to you.
Yes. It's very
Get rid of those cucuys.
Yeah, closed off downtown. I think I like the scenery. I like the surrounds, and the buildings are cool, and there's lots of stuff to do. But like, yeah, the people are very like, I want to say like more closed off there than they are on the south side. One of the things I get about the south side is, especially where we're at, it's like there's more of a sense of community. It has the hustle and bustle of a city, but it's sort of a small town feel with the people. I like the people here better.
There's a lot of working people over here. A lot of the people that east of here and where we're at, more on the southwest side. There was steel mills, there was various warehouses and manufacturing and all sorts of trade jobs and the meat packing plants. You had back of the yards, right? You had the stockyards and all this. And so those areas, it was like people knew what it was like to work hard and put, like to make ends meet and put food on the table. And they had this like kind of spirit of kind of looking out for each other a little bit, like, oh, I'll give you this from my garden, or I'll friggin', whatever, you can come over for my place for dinner or whatever, I'll share the meat with you if you let me use your fire to cook it, type of mentality, right?
Yeah.
And so, that was kind of ingrained here, and it's it's this area is like this community of working people who just want to raise a family and you know, to have their kids grow up and be something and do something better than they did, or at least as good as they did, or whatever. So you have that more here. It's not like an area where corporate execs live in these big mansions or something like that. It's more of working class over here.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that's a good place. Like it's first of all probably not too hard of a transition, because I think that's the people that you live with in Janesville. You know, they're working people. They work hard. You know, they're in the area you're in. Granted, there are some wealthier people, but you know.
Yeah, not exclusively.
Yeah.
You know, it's a mix. And it's Janesville is, I think I said this before, Janesville is a very, almost like your average Midwestern Wisconsinite is, you know, they're, I want to say for the most part, like honest, like hardworking people that, you know, they show up to work on time, they do a good job, that type of stuff. But they're like, generally speaking, largely unsophisticated, sort of, and you know, like they'll wear a Badgers t-shirt and shorts and like talk about like the game or whatever. Like, I feel like people around here have a bit more personality to them, but like the people up in Wisconsin, like, you know, like they'll have a very like neat property, like they have a nice neat yard, everything's very well manicured, but they'll have the personality of a, you know, fucking white wall or something and be entirely unsophisticated.
Dude,
so people around here got some
residents of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
You're gonna get burned at the stake.
Yeah, they might, but
we're
like
simple, unsophisticated.
They have no taste.
Focus on like
I'll
we
say
have
that.
in the city.
Yeah,
like, they can focus on like the game or whatever, because
it's
a part of their life and it's a joy, but they don't have like the amount of shit we get overwhelmed with
they're
at all times.
Yeah, and I want to say like
don't have to worry about safety. That's a big one. Where you're like, okay.
And I want to say don't have to worry about anything. I want to say like Janesville is like it's a very polite place, but it's not a nice place. People are more kind of like closed off or callous. There's a Midwestern like callousness that's in Wisconsin people. That
it's like a standoffishness.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's from like the Germanic background or like the Scandinavian background where the people are more closed off and they're not as like
open.
Friendly. Like in the South, people shoot the shit with you all day. People just go about their fucking business in general. They don't really like talk to you or shoot the shit or like they'll do their job. They're polite, you know, but they're not like nice. It's weird. I'm failing to accurately describe it. As well, but like
they need some seasoning in their life.
They do, and there's no. They're very bland people. They're good people, but they're very very bland and kind of uninteresting. And I'm not. I don't like dislike them, but it's just my observations, right? I'm not trying to like shit on where it came from, but this is just kind of how it is. Like, it's like none of these like Midwestern Wisconsin people will like kind of like do you a favor. Hey man, could you kind of like help me out here? Like, oh no, you're past the deadline like an hour. Like, boom, hard line, you're fucked. That's kind of how it is, and it's not because they're bad people or
they believe in their fucking rules.
Very orderly, very Germanic, very uncompromising kind of. So yeah, that's kind of how Janesville is, and we don't really have any friends there. Like my mom's from the South. She's from like North Carolina, Virginia. And my dad spent most of his adult life on the East Coast. I grew up in Detroit. Like they're not from Wisconsin. They're not like they came there because they had to, not because they wanted to. And so they never really like befriended many people there. And the friends that we have there, like, you know, my mom's one of my mom's friends, like she's Polish, like she's from Poland or whatever. She's not from Wisconsin. Like, and my dad's friend, sort of like he had from the army there. He knew him like from the army. Like, we don't know anybody really or interact with anyone in Janesville, so to speak, for the most part. So, yeah. So like, it's not like I'm leaving when I'm coming here from Janesville. It's not like I'm leaving my whole crew. But I know, fuck that. My crew's here. My crew's you, and the people here. So.
And you're close still.
Yeah.
It's only a 2-hour drive to go back home to where he's at.
Yeah. So, sorry, Janesville. I didn't mean to shit on you. I love the town, actually. I love it's a fantastic place to grow up. You know, no crime, nice downtown, super convenient, no traffic, affordable prices. You know, I'm going to be going back there probably as much as I can just to see my parents and stuff. But, yeah, like, the people, even though I I've never really gelled with them. They put together a great town. They run a great town, and that'll always be home for me. Like even if I am friends with nobody there, it's weird how that is.
Yeah, you were comfortable with fitting into the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, here people usually show friendliness back to you if you're friendly to them, and I feel like for me, it's like if somebody's gonna be friendly to me, it's like, oh, this is one less motherfucker I have to fight with. Like,
yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, hey, how you doing? Because like you'll be walking down the street and you're like, think this guy's gonna talk shit or start asking you for money, and if they say, hey, good morning, how are you? Hey, what's going on, man? How are you? I'm just fucking relieved I don't have to fucking, you don't have to worry about you robbing me or fucking, fighting with you in the street or whatever. But you'll like it here. You'll get adjusted here. You already had modern conveniences in Janesville, but you got them here, man. Anything you need, the gas station's right down the street. So you need to fuel up, you're good. You want food, there's tons of different mom and pop places. You could try them, one a day for the next however many weeks, months, whatever, and you'd be, you could branch out and on and on and on. There's just a million new places to try. So you got all the modern conveniences. You can stay in shape here. There's just a ton of good stuff to do, and then if you need to get the fuck out of Dodge, the road is right there.
Yeah, it's not too far. I kind of want to go back up to the lake again before I have to take the pier out. That'd be nice.
When are you taking the pier out?
I think the weekend of September 10th.
Fuck.
Mid-September. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't mind getting up there too, but August is almost over, and Sarah's birthday is that week, so I don't know. We might not be able to do that, or for us to join you for like a social visit or a little fucking short vacay weekend. But maybe we could just go up there just to get out of town, but not really necessarily worry about the water. I mean, there's a lot of cool little restaurants and stuff just to go there and kind of hang out and all that.
Yeah.
But,
and we still gotta see. You guys still gotta see Madison. It's an interesting thing to see.
Next time I'm there, we'll go out there. Yeah.
It's a State Street in the Capital area and everything there in the Isthmus. It's real neat just to see. I wouldn't want to like live there because it's like college. It's just a dyed-in-the-wool college town, and there's 20 somethings everywhere, which is cool now and then. But I couldn't. Some people are ride or die Madison. Like even people that are now like in their 40s or whatever,
they still want to go for that party.
They still have that's like the end all be all to them. And I'm like, it's a party town, it's a college town, it's nice for that. But like when you get older, it's I like the allure of it kind of wears off. Like it was awesome. I had a buddy of mine who lived there when I was in college. We would go to Madison to visit him and rage on State Street and stuff. And it was a great party town. But the allure of that kind of a party town wears off in your 30s. So
wait till you get to my age. It's like
even more so as you hit 40.
Well,
so
for all the places I've taken you around here, we used to like to go to Bourbon Street over here on the south side. And it's like you go in there, everybody's young and they're beautiful, and it's just like this whole world of possibilities. You might meet somebody, you might experience this love or this passion, this excitement, right? That's a cool thing. Fast forward to almost 40 years old, you're married. Like, I'm not out there looking, right? So that allure, that excitement went away. Like, don't get me wrong, it's nice to be around it. It kind of like it rubs off on you. You feel a little bit younger. You have a good time. You start dancing, whatever. It's cool.
Yeah.
But also the energy and the discussion and the dialogue. There's a vocabulary difference and barrier, or at least a priority difference and barrier between me and most of the people. I'm around 21. I'm like, I feel like a parent instead of like a peer. You know what I mean? Like, this is, you know what I mean? And as you get older, your bandwidth for the fucking fuckery of the young generation it's reduced greatly. Like, I don't have time for this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Get away from me with your nonsense. Don't tell me how to talk, you fucking piece of shit. I'm older than you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need any of the life lessons for your fuck ass.
You have nothing to teach me. Like,
I
literally
can't
have
gain
nothing
anything
to teach
from
me.
them. That's why I enjoy like my peers and all that and whatever. But I think we all owe it to ourselves and to the new generations coming up to try to help them out to fucking survive in the regular world where it's socialization and communication doesn't occur just through social media, media platforms and all this shit. What else we got on there, brother? Because I'm I'm thinking in Tilsa's mind, we're about to jump into some shit because I think we're gonna keep on going, and this one's gonna be long, so we might have to split it into two episodes.
Yeah.
Whether Tilsa has the time to stay, if not, me and you will friggin'.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to dip out.
It's all good.
Yeah,
you are a trooper and a half.
It's been a long.
But
Holy
we're
shit.
also tired, and we're fucking still
I'm
going.
so tired.
We're gonna hit because what do we got after on the topics?
Inflation Reduction Act. TikTok is a national security issue, and the rate tomorrow.
I really
we almost
wanted
have
to
enough
hear-
for a whole nother podcast.
Right.
We have enough right now for 2
Yeah.
podcasts. We're in almost 2 hours right now.
Oh yeah, we should probably.
And
cut it.
I'm down to fucking. Well, I mean, what we can do is we will divide it up because first of all, when I upload these episodes, I had one that I just did with my buddies from high school, and it took a long time to get it to air it. The reason for that is it was a long one. It was 2.5 hours, and when I upload it into YouTube, it takes a while to get a transcript for that, where then I can timestamp it by topic because it takes a while for that to happen. YouTube needs to process it, and it's just on theirs. I had uploaded it on a Sunday. I think I uploaded it when we were visiting your lake house. I uploaded it, and then the transcript wasn't available till like Thursday, and I had uploaded that on a Sunday. So I'm trying to air these podcasts by Wednesday. I'm not even fucking rushing with it anymore. If I get it done now, I can chop this into 2 episodes or 3 maybe if we go for another hour. I might be able, and that's next week, and I don't have to worry about cranking out another podcast because I already have one ready to go. I plan on doing one next week. We'll talk more real quick before you leave, but I plan on doing one on Sunday anyway, but I'm not worried about getting them out and airing them right away because the production time is increased, to do better quality. And I'm like, fuck it, I'll figure that out later. So maybe we'll take a quick break and we'll hit those last 3 topics.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll let her.
And then Tilsa can be on our way. And when we're all said and done, dude, I know I overate last night, but I'm ready for some food.
Dude.
You should probably lay off
then we're
food
gonna
for
work
3 days.
Can't.